stream. It's red. We're live. Hi, world. Ready?
We are live.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Unscripted.
Well, hello. Hey, we're back in studio.
Hey, Andy Kerr.
Oh my gosh, it's been a couple.
It's been several weeks.
Yes,
by the way.
several. Okay.
We've heard from our 3 fans that are very upset
Oh
about
yeah.
our absence.
Yes. Sorry, you
Sorry,
three.
every one of you.
Every one of you individually. I've missed this. This is so fun. And when we first started this, remember we were like, hey, we're gonna talk to each other anyways. Why don't we turn on a microphone?
And since he didn't say my name, I'm Gisele Littrell. If this is your first time tuning in, he's not a really good co-host, but he's what I've got to work with.
It is all there is, at least on this one. You have so many things, so, you know.
I do.
This one is just me.
Yes.
And my name's Andy.
And this is one of the best ones. I have so much fun here, and we are basically like chomping at the bit.
And we haven't talked to each other.
Because we haven't seen each other in a few weeks, haven't talked to each other, and we have like so much to share, but we're like, hit the record button.
Go, because this is unscripted.
This is what we do. We talk, and then we're like, oh,
podcast
man, we should be podcasting this.
where we plan nothing.
Yeah.
And we just talk. So, thanks for tuning in. Gisele, how are you? What is going on?
Don't start with me, because you know I'm going to take up like an hour and never let you talk. So I got to start with you.
Oh, okay.
So, Andy, it's going to be a much shorter story. So what did you do for the last 3 weeks?
So remember last time we were talking about goals, and I said I wanted to.
I don't remember, but I'll trust that's what we were doing.
Writing some comedy.
Ooh, yeah, the comedy.
Yes, and then you mentioned some crazy thing, like somebody
yes,
that runs
Bobby,
a thing.
which I didn't get a chance to tell him
No.
last time I was at Keller's, but I am going to be there this Friday, and I'm talking to him.
So as terrifying as that is, I figured that if we could actually make that happen, it's gonna really push me to do it for real.
Oh, you haven't really done it.
No, I have. I've been writing some stuff.
Okay.
I have some things.
Yay!
And it's not
Can you
good.
give us something like?
Oh gosh!
So a guy walks into a bar and
and it hits him in the face. So
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. He walks into a bar and it breaks his nose.
Never heard that one.
I just made it up. I don't think I did. I think I heard that a long time ago.
So how's it going though? For real?
Yeah,
real?
it's going well. And I don't know.
Better than that, I hope. But it was cute.
It's it sucks. It all's bad. It's all really bad, and none of it's funny. And I was listening to this YouTube video, by the way, of how to write. And this guy he's like, I'm going to give you your first 5-minute set. I'm going to give you all the jokes, and you're going to put in, like, the punchlines. You're going to put in, like, make it your own.
Okay.
And he said, and it's going to suck. But you're going just so you know. And he's, like, very clear that this isn't going to be good at all.
Yeah.
But he gives you sort of a template. Like, so, like, think about your job, your career, and what are the stereotypes? And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I have, like, like I've been a pastor, and I'm a chaplain, and I'm a life coach, and like
ending amounts of material there.
Oh
by the way,
and it just keeps piling up, and I just there's so much, and I wrote a few jokes, and none of them seem good at all, and so I don't have my notebook, so I totally forget them, but I'm sure it'll slay.
I'm sure I'll be slain,
and that'll be the end.
Andy, you can be guaranteed. I'm going to go to that comedy show. Whatever you get in, I'm there. And you will have one person laughing in the audience.
Well, I appreciate that.
I might be laughing at your shame, but
there'll be laughter.
There will be
one way or another. He's so bad. You guys, isn't he bad?
It's so bad. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to this so much.
Oh, geez. It's so terrifying.
It's only the beginning of February, by the way.
I know.
So, like, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. But I like that.
Yes.
Because remember, I got my resolution done on the first day?
You can't. That's like
I don't really have to pressure myself for anything now. It's been very releasing for the rest of the year. I find this inner
nailed
peace
it on
that
day
I
one.
didn't have before.
You can't just make up something you've already done as a goal. That's like, do you remember Charlie Brown? And he would shoot his bow and arrow, and wherever the arrow hit, then he'd walk over and he'd draw the target around it. Nailed it. So
that's positive thinking.
it is. It sure is.
It's
retroactively. I'm way ahead of myself here.
Oh my gosh.
So things are good. I'm training for this competition. So I have I hired an assistant chaplain at the Erie City Mission, Mr. Rob O'Connell. Rob is kind of a meathead. He lifts weights a lot. And
I hope that's a compliment to him.
Yeah. Well, he's brilliant. He's smart, but he lifts weights. Like the dude, he was in the Navy and military, just tough. He did underwater diving and welding.
So he's like actual real strong, not just meathead strong.
No.
He's cool dude.
He's like 56 and still benches 300 pounds.
Woof.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like the kindest, gentlest. Like, so we share an office and we have a blast. It's so much fun.
Cool.
Yeah. So he talked me into doing this.
You needed a guy like close to your age
yes.
that you could really represent with.
Yes, and have him do all the stuff I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So that's great. Thanks, Rob. So
what's the competition?
So the competition, he's done it before, and he told me about it, and he's been telling me about it. And it's like this year, he calls me Pastor Eddie. This year, Pastor Eddie, we are doing this. I'm signing you up. We're gonna go March 6th. It's the Arnold 5K. It's the guy Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
Is there another Arnold in the world? I don't know.
Not one that matters. So, I'm sorry, Arnolds.
Sorry,
all the Arnolds out there.
Don't write a bad review.
No, please. Sorry, you're awesome. I'm sure you're very strong. It's called the pump and run, and so what you do is you have to bench press your body weight. As many times as you can, up to 30.
That's not that hard for you. You're a small guy.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I think, and then you run a 5K, and for every rep that you get of the bench press, you can get time off your 5K.
Okay.
So like if you're strong and you can run.
One pump and then you do the 5K. Yes. There's not like stations you got to.
No, it's actually like a couple hours before you run. You actually do the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bench.
I was gonna say like that's a lot to be like, and then you go run.
Right.
Like.
Yeah. So they give you like a couple hours, but if you're 50 and older, you only have to bench press.
You get a handicap.
Yeah. You only have to bench press 80% of your body weight.
Ooh, look at that. The benefits of being old.
I know, right? So I get to get under this.
Are you getting a discount at the theater yet?
Not yet, but in 5 years, Wendy's going to give me a discount on drinks. So can't wait. Maybe they'll sponsor the podcast. So I've been practicing, and I've got like 27 reps. So I have to do. So I'm about.
I mean, I shouldn't ask your weight on air, but like maybe you want to tell us what 80% of your weight is that you have to actually press.
Yeah. So I'm like 168.
Okay.
And so
I don't do enough math to know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. So 80%.
Maybe 140 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
160.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I wanted to get down to 165 so that what I'm pressing is like 133.
Oh,
so I've been working with 135 just to, give me a couple extra pounds.
Yeah.
And I can do it like 26 times.
Like, wait, you want to lose like 20 pounds?
No.
Oh, you're 160. I'm sorry. Do you remember when I said math?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm currently 168. I will have to lose
I would like
3
to lose
pounds.
20 pounds. I'm in that. So, okay, I got a new resolution.
What?
I'm trying to lose weight again because, like, all the vacationing, and now I don't do janitorial. And so, guess what? Like, that was a lot of exercise I took out of my life.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
You know how I know?
And I was like, whoa. Turns out, like, if you do have time to sit down at night and, like, eat dinner and watch TV, like, you get chubby really fast.
You look fantastic.
It's a new
Stop
experience. Thanks. My boyfriend thinks so too, and I got a name drop because he said he's starting to get name dropped under every episode, and so I had to fit it in there.
Yes. What is his name?
Dominic.
He's so cool.
He's so great.
Yeah.
He's so great. In fact, he got 3 marlins on our vacation.
Whoa.
3 white marlins. Yeah.
That's not a drink, right?
That's
That's
no,
a fish.
not one that they offered us. That was
I'll have 3 white marlins, please.
It should be.
Yeah,
It sounds delicious.
I know.
So he's been trying to get one for like 25 years, apparently. It looked really easy because we got 3 of them on the boat in 2 hours.
Whoa.
But that's because I was there. I'm his little
How
good
is this
luck charm.
taking you 25 years?
I know. I'm like, they just literally jump onto the freaking boat, basically.
That's awesome. Where were you?
So he had a private charter. We were in the Dominican Republic, and we had a great boat ride for an hour, and then he got the first one reeled in, and then an hour later, 2 got hooked at the same time, and he reeled those 2 in, and now he has a torn rotator cuff, and it kind of sucked the last couple days of vacation for him, but hey, he got his marlins.
Like it hurt his shoulder?
Yeah, I think he had already stressed it before we left, but 3 marlins later. And the last one was like 150 pounds.
Whoa.
And that's sea fishing. That's like apparently way harder because like the boat's moving and the fish is big. You know?
Big and strong fish. 150 pounds.
And he had to do 3 of them in 2 hours, like within the span of an hour, because we got one after an hour, and then an hour later he reeled in 2 more.
Well, don't they take doesn't it take like a half hour to reel it in?
No, dude, he had that sucker like. My boyfriend's so strong, and he's like so good at fishing.
Oh, my Lord.
He had that thing in like 3 minutes reeled in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, I think the first one might have taken like 6 minutes or something. I don't know. But then the next 2, like 5 minutes each. Yeah, like he was like cranking on that thing, and
oh my gosh,
he's a pro. He's been sea fishing for 25 years, so he knew what he was doing.
I don't know what kind of pro doesn't catch a fish in 25
for 25 years. But while I was on the boat, we got 3 very quickly. So I was like, what do you mean? This
is easy.
This is like way too easy.
Yeah.
I was expecting a struggle.
Jen and I went deep sea fishing on our honeymoon. I've told you that story. Oh,
it
was
deep
horrible.
Sea fishing?
Yeah, it was horrible. It was like,
why would you do that on a honeymoon? Let's start there.
Yeah, right. So the only things that we
like, does she love fishing?
No.
Do you love fishing?
Yeah, but not deep sea fishing.
Then why were you doing this?
So we were in Hawaii, and her dad owned it was a magazine called 101 Things to Do. And everybody advertised in his magazine, and everybody owed him money, and so he had all this trade. So we didn't have to pay for things to do, but we had to do whatever he had in trade.
Oh.
So it
was on the list.
It was on the list. So
you might have told me that story. Yeah. I don't remember things you say. So.
Yeah. They're really not that interesting. And we were out there for like 4 hours, and we were dying of seasickness, and it was the worst experience ever. It was horrible.
I took a Dramamine just in case. I had never been out on the sea like that for a long period of time, so I wasn't sure. So I took one just to be cautious, and I was totally fine.
Yeah.
It was when I got back that it was like, whoa.
Everything's still moving.
Maybe I should take another one. It was a short night that night.
He was
tired, and I was woozy.
I'm doing this with my hands, but you can't see because it's a podcast.
Unless you're on YouTube, because we are live on YouTube right now.
It was 11-foot seas where we were.
Whoa.
And our
seas were pretty nice. Like, it was, I don't know, I guess the perfect conditions for marlin fishing.
Yeah, apparently.
Sun was out. The sea wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, and you only have to wait 25 years.
Exactly.
It's every 25 years. You can.
It's that whole instant success, in business thing. Right. It was like the 25 years of toil, but you literally made it in 3 months. You just opened a business and
you had to live a whole bunch of your life and then start dating Gisele.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a long process.
I mean,
so if you want a marlin,
here's the key to success, people.
It's a very exclusive club.
I'm available for a short time only for a small fee. Monthly installments.
Your personal good luck fishing charm. So obviously you went fishing. You went on vacation in the Dominican.
So I mean, it was great because it's a tropical.
So we're done
island.
with me now. So
yeah, exactly. We over that yet. So we were in the Dominican, and it's beautiful. The beaches are amazing. I'd been there like 20 years ago and had a great experience. So we're pretty much looking forward to this. He had never been there, which obviously he hadn't been there, or he would have got a marlin years ago, apparently. Yeah. But I was really disappointed in our service. It was horrible. The place that we stayed was it was miserable, and it was more of like an American thing. It wasn't like all of their customers, like the Spanish-speaking ones had great service, and the Russian-speaking ones had decent service, but like no. And I didn't know, they kept asking if we were Canadian or American. I was supposed to have said Canadian, and I could have, because like technically I'm half Canadian.
Yeah. French Canadian, right?
I don't follow much politics stuff.
Yeah.
If it doesn't involve small businesses, I pretty much ignore it, because what am I going to do to change the global powers of the world? I'm not.
There's only so much. Yeah.
I focus on my little life and how that's working and the taxes that affect me personally. So everything else I'm unaware of. So if our country has offended you, Dominican Republic, I apologize for them, but there's literally nothing I can do about that except maybe come to your country and support you with my tourism money that they didn't want, apparently. So
well, I think these days you can pretty much just assume that we've probably offended everybody.
The whole world hates us. I'm like, where can I go? Who can I visit? I'm literally Canadian from now on when I travel. I cannot claim America because horrible service. So that was a bummer.
I'm sorry that was your experience.
I know. It was sad because, like I said, 20 years ago I had been there and it was absolutely fantastic. Everybody was wonderful. The people were that's what I loved the most about it. Like, the people were so friendly. And it was the exact opposite experience 20 years later. And I say the internet has ruined people. End of story.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of...
Otherwise, I'd love to talk about my wonderful vacation, but that was it. The beach was great. The pools were nice.
Yeah.
and my boyfriend and I, we had a great time. We love each other, and we still enjoy it. Thankfully, we're both very positive people, and we don't let all that crazy circumstantial
really drag
stuff
you down.
Drag us. Yeah, we're like, but whatever. We're here. Let's go for a walk on the beach again.
Yeah.
For the 5th time, so
we
don't have to go to the
beautiful and
service.
warm.
Yeah, it was gorgeous, and if the weather was perfect the whole time we were there. So, yeah.
Same here in Erie. It was.
Yeah. If we could have chose a better time to leave, like, we planned that out without planning that out perfectly, as everybody was getting snowed in, and it was horrid weather here.
I love snow.
So everybody's like, I mean, I don't feel bad for your terrible experience in a tropical island while we're here getting buried.
Nobody. Let me tell you, the
service
was awful. Shut the.
Good news, though, it was closed, but we made it home. They almost didn't want to let us get to the airport, but we made it home.
Oh,
but
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, we had a good time. So.
I had some amazing.
But he did tear his rotator cuff.
Oh.
Due to his fish.
Yeah. Sorry, Dom.
Yeah.
I had
not sorry. He got his fish.
Yeah. I had some amazing Dominican service at Dina's restaurant.
I was going to say, we have the coolest little Dominican here, and she is great, and she loves America. So, like, I prepped, my vacation based off of her fantastic attitude towards me.
Well, did you see the picture that I sent?
I didn't, because, like, it just turned into letters. I meant to screenshot you and tell you, like, whatever was there isn't there.
It was
just, like, weird letters.
It was Dr. Oz stopped at her restaurant. They took out a picture together.
God.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So, John, so we all sat at a table together at the Erie City Mission banquet this year, and you got to meet those two, and they got the picture.
They're so cool.
Yeah. So
and
Dr.
I've
Oz
eaten there a couple of times now. Her food is fantastic.
I was there the other day. It was so good.
Yeah, the pork is off the hook.
Oh yeah.
Which is funny because the pork in the Dominican while I was there was the best thing I ate. They only had it out once.
Oh really?
Once, one lunchtime, and Dom and I are both like, oh my God, this is the best pork chop we ever ate in our life.
Yeah.
And then they never had it again for the rest of the week. I was like, I could just eat this all week.
They were like, hey guys, the Americans like this.
So they
do not serve that anymore.
It from the menu.
Yeah. Here's a bird burger.
But she is the best little Dominican.
Yes.
That whole food hall is doing really well, actually. That was maybe to scratch this into some business stuff and not all personal. But that's been, if you guys aren't from Erie, the city has been working on renovating for a few years now our downtown area to bring in more businesses and showcase some multicultural diversity with among the businesses and its customers. And I think it has done a fantastic job of that. There was a lot of controversy around it, but I was hopeful because, I mean, what are you going to do? They had already started the project. So at this point, just be positive and be a part of the change and growth.
Yeah, and I think there's always, I mean, anytime you do something different, there's
Some
always
people are
going to
be
be
unhappy about it.
People were whining and complaining that they took the McDonald's down.
Right.
I was like, really?
And we still have a McDonald's
Yeah.
right over here.
I know.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
Everybody's like, well, where are the homeless people going to eat? We're like,
The
I work
city
at the
mission?
I work for a rescue mission. It's literally a few blocks
That
away.
was just a few blocks away.
Yeah, and it's actually
So,
cheaper because
right.
it's free.
It's free.
And
totally
the food is way
free.
better for you.
Right.
Anywho.
So I'm very happy with the progress that has been made there, and the food hall is fantastic in my opinion. So I've seen more diversity of the staff they hired, the businesses they brought in, as well as the customer base that's there. Like the most diversity I've seen in any business anywhere. So that's actually really exciting.
Well, I get the sense that, so I have some rental properties, and there are people from not Erie investing in Erie. Like in real estate, there are out-of-town folks buying up real estate.
Real estate
here.
is very affordable in this town.
Yeah, and it's I have a feeling that is going to change.
Right.
For good or for bad.
Over
but
the
like
next 3 to 5 years, for sure.
But there are out-of-town people coming to Erie. So people are betting on our city.
Yeah.
Which is exciting to me.
It is, because they wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't statistically doing well and have a lot of potential for growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one, it's exciting too.
That's why the both of us, we're investing in the city, and we've been building up businesses and we're doing all those cool things that make our city better.
And buying each other's businesses.
Yeah.
Mostly me buying
I'm
yours.
like, I'm just going to start businesses and then sell them to him.
Yeah. Yay. And then Damon can run them.
Damon, are you ready to own a coffee shop?
We're coming. So, but by the way, things are going great. We're taking care of it, and
I haven't had any nasty calls from mad clients saying, "Why did you let them take this over? They suck," because they would.
Totally.
That happened with my residential business when I sold that. I had constant messages like, "She's not the same. Can't you take this over again?" I'm like, "I sold it." Like, no, I can't take it over. But so I haven't had any nasty grams, which is really great.
Yes, and I want that to continue because you have a reputation, and I want to uphold that, and we want to continue to make money.
You want to make money.
Yeah, I don't want to lose clients.
Got to do the job right for that to happen.
Yeah, but we're definitely learning as we go.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn in it, and you know.
It's funny because you think you know business. Like I thought I knew business going into the coffee shop. It's just coffee. Like you think I've been in business 20
make it
years.
and sell it. No.
Dude, every industry has its own little nuances that you got to learn in order to be successful.
Yeah.
And this is no different. You think I've done customer service, which does give you like a foundation.
Sure.
But until you've worked in that industry specifically, you don't know the type of customer service you have to have and the communication that you got to have. I can say this because I honestly said it on national television. I was like, I didn't know crap about a coffee shop. I was like, business is business. As the coffee mentor was like, right. Don't need to know anything about coffee. I mean, I had self-educated about some coffee things.
We have some work to do, John.
But So that's my learning curve. You really probably should look into the industry a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because each business I've opened, I've known nothing about. Yeah. And I did it. I have been successful with each one. But it's cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
I've had to work through a lot of pain. You know, I've made too many mistakes that I shouldn't have made. I could have been more prepared in every single one of them.
You made just the right number of mistakes.
Not ashamed to tell. Right, just enough to not bomb and survive, but enough to learn my lesson, sort of, because I'm on the third one and I didn't prep. But the next one, though.
Next business. I'm totally going to be prepared.
So prepared. Kind of like podcasting. I'm like, this is it. And
like the way we prepared in advance by saying we're not going to prepare.
Basically.
This is our whole game. Our whole just like let's go back to Charlie Brown,
partner to make me more prepared. He was not like, Gisele, that's not how you do it. He's like, that sounds genius. Let's do it like that.
You make the whole point not to prepare, and then you hit the target every time. Boom. So
I mean, that's kind of what I've done.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I'd have a lot more money if I had done it a different way. So, I mean, you can do it and just not be wealthy.
Yeah.
Or you could do it intelligently and maybe stash a few bucks.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm so young. I mean,
you are.
I know your time might have been a little further past, but I'm
my
still young.
time is not past.
I can do so much with my life yet.
Yeah, you have so many years ahead of you. Those that are beyond our prime.
Let this be an encouragement to those out there. Like I'm, at 40, I'm starting a new business, and he's at 50, taking over a business, starting new businesses. Like, don't let age stop you. I've had so many people in their 30s kind of like, meh, I already got a degree in that, and it's kind of like I'm halfway through my life, and I was like, well, I mean, I want to live older than 60, but
and I want to do fun things that are exciting
right?
my entire life.
Yeah.
So,
Or even people that are 55 are like, oh, if I was younger, I would totally do something like this. And I'm like, if you've got 30, 40 years left, 50
if the discounted drinks at Wendy's are your only excitement and your financial plan for
start something else.
That's my plan for financial freedom in the future. Discounted Wendy's drinks.
There's a new coffee shop in Union City, which is a little town not
near
too
us.
far from here.
Yeah.
And they had got a little mentoring from me when they were first starting about the idea. They came to talk to me and, get the lowdown. And I was like, don't do it. Why would you waste your retirement and start a business? That's stupid. Just go enjoy yourself. And they didn't listen. And
you wouldn't have either.
I wouldn't have either. So then they kept coming back for just information on starting a coffee shop. And I tried to help them as much as I could.
Don't give us life coaching. Just tell us how to run a coffee shop, please.
Basically. So they got it open. But I bring that up because they are both retired out of the school systems. They're like principal and I can't remember what the other one did. But they had great careers and they retired out of those great careers and they did not need to do anything. But they has still have so much fervor for life and they want to do something and they want to do something within their community to help grow it. And so they opened up a really cool little coffee shop down there and they're doing very well.
Awesome.
And
That's great to hear.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, it's not too late, people. You can be in your 50s. You can be in your early 60s. Like, who cares? Like, what are you going to do with the next 20 years anyway?
Do something
really
cool.
you really enjoy.
Yeah. And
even if it fails, like what if it didn't work? Then, I mean, as long as you can afford it and you can still retire, whatever. I'm not saying like
don't bet
bank everything.
Yeah, don't bet the farm. But
and I even told them that. I was like, okay, but like make sure you get do not spend every ounce of your savings. Let the business grow itself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will make that mistake and just dump all the money just believing it's going to be the biggest success. And I'm like, there's not a lot of margin of profit here. It's going to take a while to grow. Like, don't put all your eggs in that basket. Like, make sure you keep your nest over there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I didn't ask what kind of money they were working with, but they were able to do a good job, like, getting their shop open, and I don't think it, like, ruined them financially. Yeah. So, especially they did it during COVID. They were opening up through COVID, wow. And that was, like, the hardest time ever.
Good for you.
Yeah, God bless them for getting that done. The buzz of Union City.
Well, you know what I tell you, too, like, you never know what you're going to find interesting. And the reasons why we went into to buy your cleaning business was that, in our pursuit of helping people grow and learn to get out of poverty, to provide life-sustainable wage jobs for people, maybe coming out of the mission or program or whatever, people just trying to do good stuff with their life. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to me. And I like going and cleaning stuff.
I miss it a little bit, like not a ton, because I still stay busy.
Right.
And I have a new relationship that
you can focus
my
on.
time up all the time. But no, I actually kind of miss it a little bit. Like I was baking late last night, and I was like, ugh, I'd rather be cleaning an office. Like I'm just over making cake. I'm just kidding. There's days that I don't mind it, but then like when you're doing it late at night, I'm like, I'd rather just be vacuuming.
Yeah. Right. It was fun because we hired Kim, who you know.
Yeah, former employee and business owner.
And I trained her on making air quotes because she knows she's training me really. But I showed her another account,
She was like one of my best employees ever. I absolutely loved her, and I encouraged her to start her own business, and she did that for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, the consignment business.
The consignment business.
So she knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff. She's
and
great.
She's managed like 40 or 50 cleaning accounts before. was really, so she was cleaning this place. Well, I can like do like my special project. Like so I took the closet over in the one place and it was a wreck. And I like drug everything out, scraped all the stuff, threw the trash away, cleaned everything off, put it back. I was like, oh, that feels so good.
It feels that and you have to be that kind of person that it feels good to do that. So like, don't discount getting into any industry
you might find
just based off
negative.
perception because people are like, I would hire, or I would not necessarily hire these people, but I would interview people who I'd say, well, do you like cleaning? And they're like, no, nobody likes cleaning. And I'm like, next. Like, I love cleaning, actually. I love the satisfaction of everything being sparkly at all times.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so great. It's such a great feeling.
It's an instant satisfaction thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is that you're doing or trying to do, but, you know, we are a couple of entrepreneurs that really are trying to make it. We enjoy what we do, but it's really difficult sometimes.
Really hard some days, especially when you're shoveling like 6 feet of snow out front of your business.
Yeah. Can I say this about snow? This is what people don't understand. If you don't live in an area where there's snow,
it really affects your mind. Is what this stuff
apparently.
does.
Brain freeze at a whole new level. And so, but it's like in even those of us that live in cities that get a lot of snow, Erie, Pennsylvania, oftentimes gets the most snow of any city.
Strangely enough,
us in Syracuse and Buffalo are always competing for the most.
We love competing.
We often win this game. But the thing is that when you have to move 2 feet of snow, people don't calculate how much longer it's going to take them to get to work, how much more frustrated they're going to be. If you multiply that by 100,000 people in a city.
It's an angsty city all of a sudden.
Everybody, even if they were only 1% more annoyed, if you multiply that, that's
it's a lot of energy around here.
1,000%? I don't know.
That's a bit
again, we don't do math.
I was kind of screaming on Saturday morning at 6:30 at the top of my lungs, like hacking through ice and snow that had been plowed up in front of my walkway again, and I'm like,
I was helping somebody shovel their driveway that had not shoveled it in the 2 snowstorms that we had, and the plow just plowed it, and then it froze, and I was chipping away. Yeah,
exactly.
It was.
It's the worst.
It was the best. It was the best workout.
The best workout. I did not go to the gym.
We're so positive. That's what we're known for here at Erie, Pennsylvania.
And I was literally like chipping away this snow mound, and I'm like, why am I in business? Why am I here?
This snow mound is like my soul, and I'm chipping away at it little by little.
But it was worth it the next day. Sales went up. The sun came out.
Hallelujah. Awesome. Well, missed you. Glad you're back.
Missed you. Yeah, and I don't foresee in the next like 6 weeks that we have any major travels disruptions or anything. So you guys can get like all kinds of fun stories in the next few weeks. Because we got Valentine's Day, and then we've got like a National Day of something later in the month, and something really cool.
What?
I get to tell you about in like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Maybe, hopefully, or 3 weeks.
Can you give us
sometime this month, I'm going to be filmed on national television again.
Whoa.
What? On the Discovery Plus again. And it's entirely coincidental.
That's crazy.
I asked these people called me from the show called A Reasonable Doubt. And they're going to be investigating a case here in Erie, and they see if like the people actually were guilty, and it's kind of like closure for the family that either they do deserve to be in there, or somebody didn't do their diligence and they're not guilty, and then they reopen the case and appeal. So super cool. They want to do part of the segment in the coffee shop.
How does this happen?
I know, right? And I was like, hey, did you call me because I was on the other Discovery show? And they're like, no, what were you on? I'm like, this is totally coincidental. How random, right?
That is random.
Universe, what? It's so cool. I'm so excited. So that's going to be sometime between the 21st and 24th this month. They're going to be filming. So I get to talk about that when that happens.
Maybe someday I'll be famous just because I know you. Fingers crossed.
It'll be after hours when we close, so I'll be the only barista in the shot, obviously.
I might
so
stop by.
I'm super excited. I'll have my little fake planted customers.
Yeah.
I'll be like, he's already signed a discovery release.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
safe.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So,
and they won't use my footage again.
Cool things.
Maybe don't.
Yeah, stuffing your face with barbecue is not going to fit in this scene.
Okay. All right. Love you guys.
Until next time, everybody.
Yes.
Peace out.
Love you. Bye.